Hi everyone. A very warm welcome to all the attendees of this session. It's now time to introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Rajesh Verma, Professor and Dean, Mittal School of Business, Lovely Professional University. He has excelled in the areas of market orientation, political marketing, business models, marketing research, and strategic management. Having 19 plus years of experience, has acted as a resource person in more than 35 faculty development programs and has organized 8 national and international level conferences and workshops. He has published 18 case studies and around 50 research papers in journals and has done enormous amount of work in publishing books. He has also received a Research Appreciation Award from Honorable Minister of HRD, Government of India. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We also have with us Mr. Pankaj Vij, Head of the Department, Tie-Ups, Division of Admissions, Lovely Professional University. He holds the master's degree in management with a keen area of interest being training and development. He's having over 19 years of experience in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and operations. He has occupied strategic positions at multiple organizations of repute. Welcome, Pankaj, sir. So,
Thank you.
next 1 hour we'll be spending with our experts, Dr. Rajesh Verma and Mr. Pankaj. And I request all the attendees to open up your mind and put up the questions in Q&A box available on the interface. And also, if anyone wants to have a direct talk with the experts, that option is also available to you. You only have to raise your hand, and after the presentation, I'll be connecting you to the experts directly for your answers. So with this, I hand over the dice to Dr. Rajesh Verma. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Rajesh, as introduced by Rishi, and the topic for today is MBA, succeeding in an uncertain period post-COVID-19. So though we are still not in post-COVID, but hopefully soon we would be in post-COVID. But some of you who presently are not aware of, let me briefly introduce you to the school. The School of Business was established in 2001, and it is ranked amongst top 50 B schools in the country by the Government of India in NRIF ranking, and we are 13th in outreach and inclusivity. It is the institute which is amongst the top 10 institutions in the country, accredited by ACBSP USA. We have 500 plus international students. The school looks after management, commerce, and economics, three disciplines. And we have around 250 PhD research scholars doing research in our school. So this was just a brief so that all of you know which school, Dean, you are looking at. So continuing with this, today there are 4 agenda points I have for you people, and I would be briefly touching upon each of them. The first I'll start with is post-COVID-19 recovery. That means because we all are management aspirants, you all aspire to be doing MBA, that is management degree. And I'm sure for all management students, it is the economy which is the most important perspective to be understood. So I'll talk about how we will recover from the post-COVID scenario which is now going on. Then looking at the current situation, I'll try and highlight some industry trends and what expectations does the industry have from the students. Then I'll talk about how these industry trends and expectations can be inculcated in the students through the specializations which MBA offer. and also how what all value adds are there in MBA program, which actually a student should look into. And let me tell you, when I'm talking to you on all these points, I'm not primarily talking about LPU and Mithul School of Business MBA program. I'm talking about the points which any MBA program should cover. So anything which I talk about today in this session, they will be pointers for you to compare any MBA program you are considering, right? So let us move ahead, and I'll start with the first thing which we have is that the world is changing, right? All of you know, all of you are familiar with this image now. And for the first time in the history, the entire world took a collective pause, right? And presently, discussion is also going on whether we should have the complete lockdown again or not. But this has not happened earlier. We had few flus earlier, also Spanish flu, or we had recessions earlier, but we never closed the entire world at the same time. So this is a very unique situation, right? And in this unique situation, the biggest impact is on the economy, right? It is easy to say that we should have lockdown, but when you have a lockdown, you think about the people who are daily earners, people who go to the factories. If there is no production going on, if there is no work going on industry, how would the salaries be given? How would people earn their living? So there is a huge, huge challenge with the lockdown. And this COVID has shown us that probably the economy is worst hit as of now. But we don't expect it to remain as such throughout our lives, right? So that means if the economy is going down, we would expect that soon things would be right. When the government started unlocking the country, the economy started going up, right? The business started picking up. But then, because of the second lockdown again in April, probably the economy is now again getting the hit. But we'll assume we are all hopeful because we, being human beings, the best remedy all of us have is to have an hope that everything would be fine one day. So, looking at that scenario, we would have recoveries, right? And the economists and the management gurus, they give us different kind of recoveries. What kind of recovery would happen? And to explain to you in simple terms, even if you are not management or commerce or any graduate student, let us say this is how the situation is presently you are looking at, right? And the economy is going down. Assume the economy is going down, right? The situation here, if you look at, the economy is probably going down. This, right? It is going down. Right now, we are in this situation. It is going down, 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 and might go further down, right? But it is a V-shaped recovery, which is known as optimistic recovery, which means that in coming time, the economy would go up and it would stabilize. So that means everything would be fine sooner, right? So very soon we would see that this kind. So this is known as V. We fall down very sharply, but we go up very quickly. This happened when we had Spanish flu. The second kind of recovery which we probably can see is a U-shaped. U-shaped means that probably we are going down, but then we are hopeful we will go up. So it is U kind of shape. It is not immediately up. Maybe in a year's time or 2 years' time, we will go up, but then we will stabilize. But it did not go very up as it went in case of the V recovery. Right? So 1973 oil crisis, we faced this, and that means it would take some time to recover. This is the recovery time, right? It would take some time to recover. And this is known as realistic, right? This is the realistic scenario. Then the third scenario which we can think of is a pessimistic, where we believe that nothing is going to be right. कुछ नहीं होना, right? सब खराब हो रहा है. Everything is going on hell. So that is the third scenario where we believe that before COVID we were here, now we are going down, economy is going down, It will go up, but it will never reach the same level. It will not reach this level. It will always remain below. So this is the pessimistic, right? So I'm again repeating three scenarios we believe there would be. One, optimistic, sharp fall in the economy, but it would go up immediately. U-shape, maybe 2 years time it would take, but then the recovery would come into the focus. Then the third is where we believe that things would go down, will take time to come up, will slightly come up, but would not recover fully. Right? This is the negative approach, pessimistic. One is very positive, optimistic, one is realistic, and another is very negative, which is pessimistic. Now, this is the probability which the economists say. Chances of happening. There are only 25% chances that this recovery would happen. There are 50% chances that the realistic recovery would happen. And there are 20% chances that the pessimistic would happen. So I think all of us should take a very realistic view, right? The things are going on right, and probably things would improve soon, and we would take the realistic approach, right? So that's what I'll come to why I explained you this recovery scenarios. Now going ahead, MBA as a best investment. I'll give you a few reasons for that. You see, when we talk about recovery phase, when the things are going down, right, you will find a lot of job losses, you will find a lot of salary cuts, you will find a lot of people getting bankrupt, right? A lot of things go bad. But when the economy starts growing, when the economy starts going up, right, this is the phase when we would have maximum jobs. This is the time when the company would start hiring people back into the job, because there is growth, there would be demand, so there would be a lot of areas where the businesses can grow. So recovery phase always give you better opportunities. If somebody do an MBA during the recession or dip period, and he comes out when there is a recovery phase or the growth phase, you'll expect there will be better opportunities. And you see, it has always been said that higher education is counter-cyclical. There is a research done by Stanford University which says that whenever there is a recession, higher education goes against it. That means a lot of people go into higher education when there is a recession. And the reason for that is, maybe the negative reason is people lose jobs, so they have to reskill themselves again. Or there are no jobs in the market, so they have to go in for higher education. But it is always recycled. That means it is always a good period for education, to acquire education when there is a recession. So traditional wisdom suggests that recession or economic downturn are the times when the MBA programs are preferred. And I gave you the reason. The only reason, primary reason, is because we are very optimistic, hopeful that in a year's time or maximum 2 years' time, the economy would bounce back. And if the economy bounces back, there would be a lot of opportunities, and somebody who has acquired the right kind of skill now would have better opportunities to avail. So that's the reason I said MBA is the best investment right now. But this doesn't mean somebody who is doing MBA right now, they are not doing it right thing. That I'll come a little later, but then I gave you a reason why MBA is the right decision if you are thinking about doing it now. Even if you are experienced, would like to take a break, if you are experienced and you would like to reskill yourself, because now industry requires different skills, so this is the right time when one should actually think of going in for MBA. The second point which I said I would talk about would be industry trends, right? And expectations from the students. You see, why I'm talking about industry trends is because MBA is not a degree which is probably like other degrees, right? Where industry trends doesn't matter. For us, industry is our lab. For example, for medical college students, the hospital itself is a lab. For us, industry is lab. whatever we teach in the class, whatever we discuss in the class, whatever we try and apply is all related to industry, right? Largely related to industry. So we need to understand their trends and what expectations do they have from our students. So I'll quickly take you through them, and then I'll come to how an MBA program would help you acquire those skills, right? So what is expected from the students, right? These skills are not necessarily only because of COVID, but these skills have become important because of COVID. These skills were otherwise also important, but because of COVID, because of the uncertainty COVID has created, because of the situation it has created, these skills have now become very, very important. So the first skill is technology savviness, right? All of you understand what technology savviness is, right? That means all of us should have an understanding of technology, understanding of how things work. And now, not necessarily I am talking about that we are competing with engineers. We are not competing with engineers, right? We are not at all competing with them. But we should understand how to use the technology and how the technology is changing the business, how the technology is impacting the products, how the technology is impacting the customers. So that understanding of technology, use and application of that we should be aware of. Data literacy, right? You see, during the pandemic, what has helped most of the companies? It is technology largely which has helped, right? Because earlier it was a mandate that the employee should come to the university and then work. But because of the technology, most of the companies said, no, it's okay. Even if you can work from home, that's fine with us. So these are the reasons why technology is becoming important. But when you use technology, it generates data. When you post something on Facebook, when you watch a Netflix movie, when you order something on Amazon, right? All this creates data. When you are listening to my lecture here, video is being transmitted to you. It would be recorded. You all registered for it, right? I'm presenting a presentation. All this is becoming data. And it is such a huge data that companies don't even know what to do with this. Now, there should be somebody who can make sense out of it. That is data literacy. Understand what the data says and then derive meaningful information out of it and take decisions, right? So the more we use technology, the more we go into all this thing, more data would be there. So we would require people with data literacy. Then critical thinking, objective analysis and evaluation of issues. What is going on? Is it right or wrong? Should companies do it or should they not do it? Many companies have announced that their employees would get free medical checkup if they are COVID positive. Their leaves would be doubled, right? Their family members also would be given healthcare facility if they are COVID positive. On the other hand, there are some companies which have laid off people, asking people to leave because they don't have money to give. Now, what is wrong? What is right? That understanding, because if companies don't have money, where do they give them their employees' salaries from? So we have to think on both the perspectives, right? That is what is critical thinking. That thinking is required. Resilience, very, very important now because of this situation. Recover quickly from difficulties. And I'll give you an example. Last year, March 22nd, government announced lockdown, right? And we closed our university on March 22nd. March 26th, all our classes, as per the timetable, were being held online. So in less than a week's time, we were able to bring a system through which we can deliver online classes, and that too I am saying as per the timetable as we delivered in the physical class. It required what? It required training faculty members, it required training our IT people, it required training our students, providing bandwidth to the faculty, all this, right? But we did it in a week's time, and our classes are now going on as usual as we were doing it on the campus with the same kind of interactivity, right? So that is what is known as resilience. And you'll find many companies doing it. There are many companies which are making money out of it, right? There are many healthcare companies which saw this situation. They're not overcharging people, but they have come out with such a solution for healthcare delivery online immediately when there was a lockdown. So that is resilience. You cannot just sit idle and say, "Main kya karu? What can I do? The situation is such. The government has announced lockdown. Now I have to shut down my business." You cannot think like this. You need to have resilience, adaptability, and flexibility, managing fast, frequent, and fiercely, change immediately. The previous systems cannot work. Let us say, as a teacher, if I am teaching in the classroom and I have to teach online, my same teaching cannot work online. So I have to change myself. I have to change the pedagogy. I need to change my scheme. I need to change my methodology. I need to change courses, right? So we need to be very creative and innovative in that. Emotional intelligence has become a very important dimension, empathy and community building. I told you there are some companies which are taking care of their employees, more empathetic decision, putting yourself in others' shoes. We can understand what is going in their family, so we'll have to take care of them, right? So that emotional intelligence needs to be there. Now, if I look at quickly these skills, if these are the skills which companies look for you: technology, data literacy, critical thinking, resilience, adaptability, creativity, emotional intelligence. There is no magic wand that you do it and all the skills come to you, right? So what is the way forward? How do you do it, right? And the way forward is that the program which you are looking at, the program where you want to get admission, any program, not NPU, but any program where you want to register yourself or you want to take admission, that program should prepare you for all these skills, right? And I'll tell you how the program would prepare you for that. And I'll take examples from LPU and you can compare it with any MBA program you want. I said first important was technology orientation. That means now MBA program should be technology focused. For example, in case of Mittal School of Business, we would have many courses which are technology oriented and they are core. For example, Excel, research methodology using SPSS, data analytics using R. Now don't confuse that it is for engineering. No, this is for everyone. I told you data analytics is an important skill. So we teach data analytics using R as a core course. Business intelligence and data visualization using Tableau, emerging technologies, right? So all these are core courses. I just listed a few, but these are all core courses which every student would know and he would understand every technology. Emerging technologies, for example, the last which I mentioned here, it would talk about your artificial intelligence, it would talk about machine learning, it would talk about cryptocurrency, it would talk about blockchain, it would talk about Internet of Things. So it would give you a complete understanding which a business person should have. Because you cannot say these are the engineering domains now. Their domains are converging, right? If I have to work in let us say I have to work in a company producing electronics goods, LG, as a manager, then I should know how Internet of Things can impact the product and the customers, right? That understanding you will get from these courses. So maximum courses should be technology oriented. Second, I'll talk about few courses where tie-up with the industry is must these days. Why? Right? I'll tell you why tie-up with industry is must. Because I told you MBA lab is industry. So if industry is getting impacted, they are the people who comes to know first what changes are happening and what training the students need. So we have tied up with Talent Edge, Wiley Next, NSC, Safe Educate to provide programs in tie-up with them. And as soon as there is some changes in the industry, they are part of our board of studies and they help us in designing the curriculum and training the faculty. Their people come and train the students with what is required in the industry recently, right? Now, these are the tie-up programs. MBA Business Analytics is with Wiley Next, MBA Financial Markets with NSC, MBA Supply Chain with Safe Educate, and MBA with Talent Edge, right? So these are the four programs which are in tie-up with the industry, and so they people assess the changes, bring those into the curriculum, and that training is provided to the students. I'll come to these programs a little later, but quickly I'll take you through one program which is MBA Honors. And here also I'll talk about how we have integrated the industry, right? But I'll give you a few highlights of this program, that how it prepares you for the skills which I have just highlighted before, right? The courses are delivered by the international or industry faculty. Around 5 to 6 courses would be delivered by international or industry faculty. So that means again industry perspective is coming, and the global perspective is also coming through international faculty, right? Second highlight is specialization with industry recognized certification. Now here, every student would do 2 specializations, and one specialization would be in tie-up with the industry. That means for that certification, he would get industry certification, and the industry people would come and teach that certification. For example, digital marketing, right? Then you have HR, then you have business analytics, then you have business intelligence, machine learning. All these specializations would be given in tie-up with the industry, right? Another important few points is when a student joins an MBA program, he would be given first-hand money to invest in stock market. University would provide him grant to invest in stock market. And over the period of the 8 modules we would have in the MBA program, we would evaluate him, whether he has grown that money, what kind of companies he has invested in, what portfolio he has chosen for investment, what out of 20,000 what he has made. This money is entirely for the student. Then again, we have an entrepreneurial venture seed fund. That means there would be a competition. A group of student or individual student can pitch for that competition, present their business idea, and if the business idea is selected, the student can get up to 5 lakh rupees as a fund to start the business on the campus, right? So that's the kind of investment we would be making in this program over on the student. Then innovation research seed grant. Another amount, 10,000 amount would be given to the student. He has to submit proposal, of course, and get it vetted, approved by the HOD and mentor. But he can get money for publishing a paper, writing a copyright, submitting a patent. He can get money for that also. Then we have Harvard Business Publishing simulation being taught in this program. International visit of around 5 days would be planned to countries like Dubai, Malaysia, right? All these countries, right? Then live projects and industry mentors. So all this bouquet would prepare you for those skills which I just mentioned is coming. Now I'm coming back to the next program which we have is MBA with Talent Edge. Talent Edge is again a company, and to your satisfaction, look at go to the website of Talent Edge, and you can look at the tie-ups they have, and you will find their tie-ups with IIMs, XLRIs. They are offering MDPs, EDPs, and courses in tie-up with IIMs, right? Now, the highlight of this program is that there is an assured paid internship to the students for 9 months. In MBA, generally we have a summer training of 6 weeks, but here we are offering internship of 9 months. In the last 9 months of the program, you would have a paid internship, and in that same company, you would be placed, and that placement would happen in first 6 months of the program. When you take admission, in the first 6 months of the program, there would be placement, and in this, we have 5 specializations offered: investment banking, sales and marketing, applied human resource, logistics and supply chain, and data science and data analytics, right? So a very unique program, first of its kind, offered with the corporate. And one of the important highlight here is that the first two modules would be taught by LPU faculty, and then next two modules would be taught by the industry people coming. The companies in which you got selected, they would come and teach you, and then finally you do an internship of 9 months in those companies, right? So that's how this program is a very unique program. All programs which we offer are unique in their own way and would have their own advantages, right? Would have their own benefits. You will have to look at what is your goal and which program fits to your long-term goal, right? Long-term vision. So we have MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management, MBA Tourism and Hospitality, MBA International Business, apart from the programs which I discussed earlier with you, right? Now again, I told you the specialization should help you in building the skills, right? And we have the specialization: business analytics, digital marketing, fintech, healthcare, artificial intelligence, e-commerce, financial consulting, auditing, all new age specializations, which the skills which I talk about, that the skills would be provided here in this specialization. But this is not the only specialization in the MBA program. Look at the specializations. You'll have to choose 12 courses, and in dual specialization you can choose 6. If you want to do marketing and finance, choose 6 from marketing, choose 6 from finance, right? And look at the breadth. And I can with very confident, not being overconfident, but being confident, I can tell you to compare these specializations with any of the MBAs offered worldwide. You would not find such a breadth of specializations being offered in the MBA program. This I'm talking about MBA general program, right? So these all skills, they'll provide you the skills. And see these: analytics, digital, AI, e-commerce, fintech, investment banking. All of these are the skills which I was just talking about, that you need these skills now. These skills would train you for the coming time. Then the MBA program should also prepare you for uncertainty. And we teach through simulation. And I hope all of you understand simulation is online software game. 5 of you come together, make a company. 1 of you becomes CEO, marketing head, finance head, HR head, take decisions. Your decision would impact the profitability of the other groups. Other group would take a decision, it would impact your profitability. At the end, you have to make your business run profitably. So that is how we prepare you for uncertainty. Daily news analysis, daily case discussions, dilemma situations, scenario planning, role plays, all this would prepare you for uncertainty. Then industry projects. I'll give you just a few numbers. Look at this, that 559 students have done projects in 35 companies, right? Then in class of 224, 584 students have done projects in 445 companies. And that means every student would get a opportunity to work a project with companies like Bikaji, GSK, Oyo, Britannia, Paytm, Decathlon. They give a live problem. It can be of sales, it can be of recruitment, it can be of analysis, it can be of digital marketing, and you need to do that, right? And that gives you an exposure of how companies run. Guest interactions. I told you, because industry is very important for us. 100+ interactions were done in last 1 year with people from companies like Nissan, Rolls-Royce, Infosys, Shell, Coca-Cola, and academicians from all over the world, right? There's a huge list, and I can share that list, but then I think you've got an idea of what I'm trying to say here. Then we did a lot of industry projects, right? Industry events. Sonalika is the company which we did the CSR project, I Plant to Save Earth. Then declutter your home with the Nivea Sports, Run for Peace marathon, online marathon. We did, every student ran from the place here where he is, whichever state he is, whichever country he is, he ran for this marathon, right? So these events we keep on doing with the industry. Then there is a lot of discussion going on these days on blended learning. So we provide a lot of opportunities for online certifications, and you can see the number. Uh, Last batch did 1,000 plus certifications, right? And we have given an opportunity. You can replace an assignment with the MOOC when you want, right? A lot of entrepreneurial opportunities on the campus, right? 50 plus ventures has already been started on the campus. On all these images which you see are our own students who have started the venture on the campus, right? And we have a dedicated startup school which helps student do all this. And I just announced that in MBA honors, the student can get a funding up to rupees 5 lakh rupees if his project is worth that, right? So that's the kind of investment we will do. And finally, most of us have this in mind that ultimately you are looking for a career. But let me tell you, management institutions are not placement agencies, right? We are imparting education and we will train you for all these corporates which you see here. These are the corporates which have come on the campus: MRF, Trident, Berger, Asian Paints, Havells, Federal Bank, OYO. All of them have selected our students. But ultimately, it would depend upon the kind of efforts you do, the kind of skills you acquire. Because I always say this, that in the interview room, you are alone. Till the interview room, we are the one who are preparing you for everything. But in the interview room, you are the only one alone who have to answer those questions. And I am sure when the previous batches have done that successfully, you would also do that successfully. So I think I did it little fast run up, but if you have any questions now from me, we can take it, or then towards the end we can have another question, because I think you have another brief presentation about NPU also. Yes, Rishi.
So, Dr. Verma, it was wonderful watching you talking on potential recovery scenarios of account economy, MBA's best investment, post-COVID expectation from students like critical thinking, data literacy, uh, a fantastic plan of MBA honors you have told, decision making in uncertain times, and much more. It was really, really very informative. And we do have a few of our attendees. Isha Vesh is there, Harshal is there, Dev Garg is there, the Smesh Kaur, and Lokendra is there, who want to talk to you in some way, probably by writing or by they have raised their hands. So if you permit, can I connect them to you for
Yeah,
the question?
please go. Please go ahead.
We have with us Lokendra. Lokendra Rathor. I'll be connecting you, Lokendra. Please unmute yourself and talk to the experts directly. You can put up your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have a BSc in mathematics. Can I pursue in operations management?
You see, a good question, and I would like it to answer in a very broad manner so that everybody else is also clear about it. You see, MBA is a very general program, right? Which means there is no entry barrier in terms of education. A BA person, a BSc person, a BTech, right? Everyone can join MBA. So, and in specializations also it is same. Any person with any background can do any specialization if he is ready to work hard. In your case, you don't even need to work hard, though every student should work hard. But I'm saying you can very well do your specialization operations. But I was just answering a very general question, that let us assume if a person doesn't have a BCom background, he's a BA, but would like to do a specialization in finance, he can still do that. There is no restriction on not doing a financial management specialization if he doesn't have a BCom background. But he needs to work a little harder, right? That's the only thing. So I think I've answered your question. You can very well do your specialization in operations. But
So
being a
thank you.
BSc mathematics background, I would always suggest you that you should always keep one dimension as analytics, for sure.
Lokendra, I hope you are satisfied with the answers from the experts. Sir, we have Manoj Bhadane with us. Manoj, can you unmute yourself and talk to the experts? Manoj.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
Hello, sir. Myself, Manoj, sir. I am studying in Pune University,
Yes, Manoj. Go ahead.
and
I
I
am
am
listening.
just I'm final year student in mechanical engineering. I am just pass out in this year.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Go
So,
ahead.
sir, I want to pursue MBA. So I am thinking about specialization for me for the best career. Uh, Sir, my graduation in mechanical engineering, sir.
So you are asking me which
So
specialization you should
which
do?
specialization for me?
You see,
Huh.
the way I
I'm
answered the
mechanic.
previous question, the previous background doesn't affect the choice of specialization. It is your interest which affects the choice of specialization. That's the first thing which all of you should keep in mind. Technically, if you ask anybody, they'll say any mechanical engineer should go in for operations, right? Generally, most of the people would tell you this, but this is not what my answer is. I'm saying you pursue your passion. What is that you actually want to do in the industry, right? If your passion is machine learning, your passion is artificial intelligence, even though you didn't have a background in that, right? And if you are ready to work hard, little harder in that, you can do that. And your background of mechanical engineering and the background of analytics would make you a very deadly combination from some of the corporates, which others would not have, right? So it's too early for you to decide your specialization. So don't decide your specialization right now. You enroll for the program, think about it, and then you choose your specialization, right? So go by your interest and don't get limited by your present education.
So it's a thank you from Mukesh sir. Uh, we have another query from Priya Kehri. So Priya, are you ready to put up your question? I have given you the rights. Please go ahead, dear. Priya. Priya Keshri. Are you there? Priya, are you there? Yeah. Priya, we can hear you. Please speak up. No. So we have Mayank Malhotra. Mayank, are you ready to speak up? Mayank, please unmute yourself and speak up.
Hello.
Yes, Mike.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm the student of Mittal School of Business. I had pursued BBA from Mittal School of Business. Sir, I want to pursue MBA, but I'm very confused about which stream I should take in MBA, like which specialization I would opt.
Mhm. Mike, you chose webinar to ask this. You would have got in touch with the with us. I think from others can also, but good. Your question actually is again a very general question, which probably would help others. The way I answered it, it's too early, Mike, to decide about a specialization, right? Though, when you choose a specialized MBA, you should be aware of which area you want to enter in. Let us say if you are interested in export import, then you should go in for MBA International Business. If you are interested in analytics, then you should choose MBA Business Analytics, right? But if you're not very clear about it, then you can choose the general MBA, which is Talent Edge, or you can choose MBA Honors, or you can choose MBA, where you'll have some time to decide about which specialization to choose. Now, when you've already done BBA 3 years, I am sure you are clear with almost all the courses which an MBA program does have, right? Except for few
Yes, sir.
technology-oriented courses, you will not be having. So, again, the answer is no straightaway answer. It is only upon your interest. What is that you want to do? Which kind of industry you want to join? What kind of career you want to make? That is what would decide what specialization you should do.
So, Mayank, I hope you are well answered by the experts. Sir, we have Ishmeet Kaur who wants to talk to you. Ishmeet, I have given you the rights. Please unmute yourself and put up your question. Ishmeet Kaur.
Thank you, sir. So good evening.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
audible, Ishit.
Okay, sir. So actually the question that I have is there any difference, a specific difference between the MBA or MBA honors?
You see, the points which I explained to you in MBA honors, they are all distinctions in
Yes,
MBA
sir.
honors, right?
Yes, sir.
They would that those distinctions of investment fund, right, of 20,000 in
Yes,
the beginning, then the fund of investing into a business, right? Then an
yes, sir.
international 1 week tour. They are not available in MBA. They are only available in MBA
Yes, sir.
honors, right? That's
Yes,
the
sir.
reason we are calling it MBA honors. So they are all distinctions of MBA honors, right? But when we talk of, when I talked about generic, when I talked about live projects, when I talked about technology oriented courses, when I talked about MOOCs, when I talked about certifications, all those value adds are in all our MBA programs because it is our program. So every MBA has to have value adds, right? So
Yes.
it is only that to make MBA honors distinctive, we have given you those all opportunities. So those opportunities are only in MBA honors.
Oh,
So, I think she's well answered. Ishmeet, are you happy with the answer? So we have Keval Chand with us. Keval, would you like to talk to the experts? I'm connecting you. Just unmute yourself. Keval Chand. Are you there, Keval? So we have Madhavendra Singh. Madhavendra, are you there? Madhavendra, please unmute yourself. Madhavendra Singh, you have raised your hand, so we are ready to take up your query. Yeah.
Yes, good evening, sir. I've got my answer, sir. In the previous question only, sir. I was having the same query, sir.
So
Okay.
that's great. That's great. That's Sir, Varneet Bhaskar wants to know what are the career avenues after pursuing business MBA in business analytics.
I think that's a very important question, though. But I think there is no domain where you don't need an analytics person, right? Even if your interest is in HR, you have a domain which is HR analytics. If you are in marketing, there is a domain marketing analytics. If you are in finance, there is a domain which is known as financial risk analyst, right? So I don't think there is a dearth of career, and generally to start with, analyst is the position which generally most of us start with, and you can rise to any level which you can think of, right? But I'm answering it from a very generic perspective that wherever your interest lies, because I'm getting to all the audiences here, wherever your interest lies, it is not a very specific domain, limited domain that if you do MBA in analytics, then this is the only domain for you, or this is the only career path for you. No, when you do an MBA business analytics, you can go into research, marketing research area, right? So I can tell you n number of domains in supply chain, right? Whatever areas you can think of in business, all those areas need people with analytics skills. So there is no dearth of career avenues in case of analytics. Though I'm not giving you the designations because they vary, right? I'm only telling you you can go to any level. Company to company, the designations might be different, but you can work in any field you want or any industry you want, not only domain, marketing, finance, HR, but any industry you want, FMCG or software or maybe mechanical production, shipping, wherever you want, there would always be a requirement of business analytics people.
Sir, I have forwarded one of the query of Jyoti Kumari to you and another one from Priya Keshari. So can you take up from your screen?
Right. Priya, the question was, can a candidate take admission in MBA with one conventional specialization and new age specialization? When you take admission in MBA, the conventional and new age specializations are in MBA program only. There's no differentiation between the specialization in terms of nomenclature. Just to explain you that what all changes are happening now, so those new areas have also been catered. We are calling them new age specializations, whereas traditional marketing, finance, HR, operations, IT, IB, they are known as conventional specializations, right? So you can very well take specializations, one from conventional and one from new age specialization. You can do that. So answer is yes. Now the second question is of Jyoti. Will students from science background face difficulty in interview if they opt for MBA, seeing that MBA is mainly commerce oriented and science is whole different field? Jyoti, I am a science student, right? So I had a non-medical background though, but I did my MBA and I have done my specialization in finance, marketing and finance, right? So I am again saying that you would not face any difficulty in interview because MBA is a generalist program where every domain student can come and acquire skills. It is only about how positive you are to learn skills. I didn't have a commerce background, but I did accounting course in MBA, right? So again, though I've answered it earlier, but I'm again repeating for your confidence, you would not face any challenge in interview as far as you are ready to work hard. Now, I don't know which interview you are talking of. Is it MBA admission? Then also you will not face any difficulty because we don't ask any questions from commerce for a science student. We will ask science student questions from the science student. We will ask commerce students questions from commerce students, right? So, and in case of you talking about final interviews, then we will prepare you for 2 years for those interviews. So don't worry about it. So you will not face any challenge. Yes, Rishi.
Jyoti, you have got your answer. Be confident and be ready for the interviews. No issues. We have Chandrika with us. Chandrika, I'm giving you the rights to talk to our experts. Chandrika, please unmute yourself and put up the question. Are you there, Chandrika? Are you there? I can see your hand raised.
Good evening,
Yes.
sir.
Good evening.
Sir, can you please throw some light on Talent Edge program?
Okay, I'll briefly again explain what the Talent Edge program is. So,
Should I give you rights? You want
it's
to
okay.
show?
It's okay. No, I don't want to show. I was just, I think I clicked the wrong place. MBA Talent Edge, I told you that it's a very unique program. We call it a program by the corporates, right? So what happened is we tied up with Talent Edge, which I told you is a company which offers programs in tie-up with IIMs also, XLI, IIMs, these kind of institutions. So we were confident that yes, this is the right partner for us also. So we tied up with them, right? And this program, when you get selected within the first 6 months, you'll get placed, right? You'll get placed in a company which would offer you 9 months internship, and that is a paid internship. You'll get minimum 10,000 rupees as an internship, right? That's what I told you. So that's a paid internship, 9 months internship, whereas in regular MBA program, we would have around 4 to 6 months internship. The another which is very unique feature about this program is that we only teach first 2 modules. Then the rest 2 modules would be taught by the industry people coming to the campus, right? But as of now, it is going on online, but I'm sure the situation would improve soon. And industry people would come, same company people where you had got selected, they would come and teach you based upon what requirement they have in their company. And then last 9 months of the program, you would join the same company. That is an internship period. And after that, you will continue with the same company as job. So that means if I have to quickly repeat, first, job in first 6 months. Second, 9 months paid internship, right? And third, classes by the industry people who have selected you. So these are the main 3 benefits of this program.
So, Chandrika, it is a fantastic, fantastic program to be taken care of. You can think of it. And I move on to one question before we take up another little presentation. So it's the Smeesh Kaur. The Smeesh, are you there? You have raised your hand and I have given you the rights. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay, so sir, my question is, what is the difference between MBA and MBA honors? And secondly, like I've almost completed my graduation, and
Okay.
should I pursue MBA or MBA honors? Is MBA honors done after MBA or is it like MBA?
No, it's just MBA. It is just like MBA. You can very well get admission into MBA honors now only, right, after your graduation. So I had explained the difference between MBA and MBA honors in detail, but I am repeating it again. In MBA, I gave you highlights, right? I gave you live projects. I told you we do simulations. I told you we do internships. I told you we do placements. I told you there would be people coming from industry teaching, guest lectures, right? Placements, all that is common for MBA program and MBA honors program. The only difference between MBA and MBA honors program is that in MBA honors, we would give you an investment fund in the beginning only, and you can invest in stock market. And we will assess you on that basis whether you are earning more money out of the 20,000 given to you, or you are not earning money out of it, right? So that's the one. Second, you'll compete amongst your batch and if present an idea of a business idea, and you can get another up to 5 lakh rupees kind of investment to start the business on the campus, right? Then there would be some industry and the international faculty coming and teaching you, right? 4 to 5 people coming and teaching you. Then I told you there would be a 1-week international tour in this program to countries like Dubai, right? There would be, then there would be simulation from Harvard business simulation, right? So these are some of the differences which probably makes MBA honors a different program as compared to MBA, right? But otherwise, I gave you all the value adds which I discussed in this entire presentation. They are available in MBA program also. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, it was very well answered, Dr. Verma. And Dr. Verma, I would request you to take a rest of 5 minutes. I can shift over to Mr. Pankaj Vij to just give an brief overview. I request, and again to Mr. Pankaj Vij, a brief overview regarding the fee, the scholarship, and the third thing which I want is LPU Nest. Focus on 3 and we can wind up quickly. And those students who want to ask the questions, still you have questions, be there. Dr. Verma will be right back to give you all the answers, right? Stay there.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Rishi, and a very thought-provoking address as usual by Dr. Verma. Allow me to go ahead and I'll just take the students along for a quick insight into what they can expect when they arrive at lovely professional university. So this is what they can expect out of the campus. First of all, talking about what is the talking about how is the campus life and exposure being offered to the student. This is what you can expect out of the campus. It was the 106th Indian Science Congress that we initiated in 2019. Honorable Prime Minister of India was here. So this is the kind of exposure that you can expect when you are in the campus. We have got people like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who came to the campus giving away degrees to the students. Two former presidents of India sharing the same tie, same stage, giving away degrees to the students, cherished memories of students. The former finance minister of India was here to start a startup school some time back. Thereafter, in 2018, we had the vice president of India coming to the campus, giving away degrees in the convocation ceremony. Some intellects like Gauhar Gopal Das, these people do often come to the campus and they give life lessons to our faculty, to the students, and so on and so forth. It's not only intellects and other people who come to the campus, but the real life heroes as well, who are the kind of real life heroes of our young generation. The Bollywood stars, they also throng the campus and they interact with students, giving them insights into their personal experiences, and it's a gala event that we do for our students. Some other people like sporting personalities, some other Bollywood personalities, they come often onto the campus sharing their experience with the students, and it's something which the people really look forward for. Talking about infrastructure, well, all of you are most welcome and most invited to the campus. If at all everything happens to be good now, then we hope to see students in the campus soon. But pretty soon, this is what you will be seeing in the campus. A campus that is a large campus, a campus which has got a great infrastructure. Like what you're seeing right here is a 3,000-seater auditorium capacity. And this is what you're seeing over here is a lab. The library is completely automated. A mall within the campus, heart of the campus, you see a mall over here, and this is the interior of the mall that you can see over here, the provision stores and everything that people visit. Fully equipped gymnasium within the campus, bowling alleys and other infrastructure recreational facilities that you can expect within the campus. A fully equipped 25-seater bedder hospital, which is manned by the various paramedical staffs, complete doctors and everybody. We generate quite a few of our electricity on our own, and this is open air theater, which is for the cultural events and everything. This is within the midst of the campus. That's a panoramic view of the campus as such. It's a very lush green campus. It's said 70% of Jalandhar's greenery lies at LPU, and we have also been awarded the Swachhta Award by the Union Ministry of India, and that was given some time back. So we were amongst the top 10 cleanest campuses in India. If you are a sporting freak, then LPU is the right place to be. This is the Olympic-sized swimming pool that you see over here. We have got a complete sporting facility, and I'm going to give you a small insight into this sporting facility. All sorts of courts that you find over here, and even a squash court that you find in this sporting facility that we have. Residential facility, we have got residential facility, and around 22,000 of our students, faculty members, everybody, they stay in the campus within our hostel facilities and residential facilities. So it's completely safe, separate hostel facilities and residential facilities for boys and girls. These are some of the other amenities that we provide to the students within the campus. Programs offered, well, I need not stress much on it. Dr. Verma had very elaborately explained it, but just to give a brief insight, we have the MBA Honors Program. That's the eligibility for it, 55% marks in aggregate in the bachelor's degree, any discipline, as Dr. Verma had reiterated. And one more thing, a student should have cleared our exam, which is the LPU NEST, Lovely Professional University National Eligibility and Scholarship Test, or the student can have cleared or could have cleared any of the national exams such as the CATs, the MATs, the ZATs, the NMAT, CMAT, and so on and so forth, followed by an interview. So that's the complete eligibility process that we have got at LPU. If somebody is a CS or a CA and so on and so forth, such people are also eligible for the MBA program, MBA Honors to be more precise. Same goes for MBA. MBA, once again, is a 2-year program comprising of 8 modules. The eligibility remains just the same. Followed by that, we have got certain specialized MBAs, which Dr. Verma was also stressing in his presentation. MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management, once again, 2 years, 8 modules. Eligibility remains just the same. Followed by that, we have got the MBA Tourism and Hospitality Management. Eligibility, once again, 55% marks in bachelor's, any discipline, an entrance exam, LP-NEST, or national level test. Followed by that, we have got MBA International Business. Eligibility remain exactly the same. We have got industry collaborative programs, the 3 or 4 of them. MBA Talent Edge, the eligibility remaining almost same, but 55% marks in aggregate in bachelor's, and LP-NEST with national level test plus an interview followed by a psychometric test. We have got MBA Business Analytics, once again, an industry-defined program, 2 years, 8 modules, 55% marks in aggregate. Over here, BE, BTech, or any person who's studied technical subjects, or maybe physics, chemistry, or mathematics as subjects, even simple maths would do, economics would do, stats would do, a simple BCom would be fine, BBA or BCA. Such people are eligible for doing this MBA program, which is more analytical in nature, followed by a LP-NEST or a national level test. Both will do, or any one of them will do. And last but not the least, we have got the MBA Financial Market with NSC Academy, 2 years, 8 modules. Eligibility remains just the same. MBA Supply Chain and Logistics with SafeGate. We have got this particular program, which is once again an industry collaborative program. Eligibility remains almost the same. So there are 9 set of programs that we are talking about. Specializations are separate, which Dr. Verma had very beautifully explained previously. Talking about fee and scholarship, well, we at LP boast being for being the largest university offering the largest scholarship program in India. We have distributed around 500 crores worth of scholarship till now. 60,000 students have been benefited out of it, and almost 61% of our students have availed the scholarships. Talking about the MBA program, just let me give an insight into one program, the MBA program. The fee structure for the same is 1,90,000 per semester. But there are immense scholarships that we offer on this particular program. Say, for example, in the undergraduate program, somebody scores marks between 70 to 79.99, or in the 12th standard, a student has scored 80 to 89.99% marks, or a student is standing amongst the cutoff 3 of our LP-NEST exam. The student gets a 30% scholarship, and the fee goes down to 1,33,000 rather than 1,90,000. Followed by that, if a student scores 80 to 89.99 in his UG undergraduate program, or 90 to 94.99 marks in his 12th standard, or is amongst the second cutoff of our LP-NEST exam, 40% scholarship, and the fee goes down to 1,14,000 per semester. Last but not the least, if a student scores more than 90% mark, greater than or equal to 90% marks in UG, or greater than equal to 95% marks in 12th, or is amongst the LP-NEST cutoff 1 of our exam, then the student is in for a 50% scholarship, and the fee goes down to 95,000 per semester. It's worth mentioning over here that these scholarships, once awarded to the student, will remain intact throughout the course of the program. There is no need of any CGPAs to be maintained or something like that. Or if, God forbid, you skip one paper, or you cannot clear one of the examination, which you should do, but still the scholarships will remain intact. So that's a point to be pondering upon. That's a point to be thought about. Application process, we know it's a pandemic time. It's a time which is a time which prohibits you to go out, and you are confined to the 4 walls of your home. Keeping this thing in mind, our process is completely online when it comes to the application process, and just 5 simple steps and you are on your way to take admission with the MBA program. Step number 1, you just have to register on our website. You just have to fill a small form, register yourself, and thereafter you can apply for the LP-NEST examination. LP-NEST examination, you can book a slot of the LP-NEST examination. Thereafter you can apply for the, once you clear this examination, you can apply for the interview. You clear your interview and you are in for admissions. You can take admissions. So just 5 simple steps within the vicinity of your home, and it takes not more than 5 to 7 minutes to complete the entire process of admission, provided you've cleared the LP-NEST exam, followed by your interview, and then hardly 5 minutes of time, and you can take admission with the MBA program. So that's something that we have done for our students to facilitate them so that they can take admission within the safe quarters of their home. That's all from my side. That's what I was expected to do over here, and I guess I've give back the controls to Professor Rishi.
So thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj, for giving an insight to a few of the things which were really important for all the attendees to know. And all the attendees are requested to see the slide that is visible on your screens to put up your queries and further interaction with LPO, right? You can note down the website, the email ID, as well as the toll-free number that is put on the slide. So that was really fantastic and very quick. Thank you, Mr. Pankaj. And coming back to Dr. Verma, we still have some queries which can be taken. Can we see you, Professor Verma? Yeah, thank you so much. Sir, I have forwarded one query to you on your screen. Can you take up that first?
I think it is not now there, but I've gone through it. And the query was the student has taken a break of right around 2 years after his graduation. He tried, but he didn't get into an MBA program. And then he says, would that create a problem for me? So no, there is no problem. You said you have an experience of 1 year now, and I think there is no problem of if there is even a gap. It's not a challenge. I don't see any companies that have been looking after this school for last now 20 years, and I have not seen any company creating a problem because of a gap. So there's no challenge. So be confident about that, and you can enroll in the program of your choice. It's not an issue.
Thank you so much, sir. We have Shama Dwivedi with us, and she wants to know, I'm planning to join LPU for general MBA program. Can you please tell me some opportunities which general MBA offers?
You see, everything which I explained in today's presentation, right? They were largely discussed from the perspective of a general MBA. Wherever we had a difference, I explained that difference. I explained the MBA honors difference. I explained the MBA talent edge difference. But otherwise, rest of the things which I discussed in the entire presentation, including the new age and conventional specialization, all that is from MBA, right? General MBA. And so even the placement statistics which I gave you towards the end, or the live project statistics which I gave you towards the end, were all from MBA program. So you have all opportunities available for the MBA program which I discussed. But if you want to ask me something specific, then it's a different issue. But otherwise, all opportunities in all domains, in all industry sectors, you have the opportunities available.
So Shama, are you there? In case you want to put up a question in a different way or you want to ask something else, I have given you the rights. You can unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Rajesh Verma. Yeah, Shama, are you there? Can you let us know that you are satisfied with the answer or you have a...
Hello. Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Good evening, sir. Sir, my name is Shama Dwivedi. I have completed my graduation degree from Pune University.
Right.
Sir, my query which I have posted, I think it was resolved. You have answered this before also. Sir, I have one new query.
Yeah.
There is a bit problem in my profile. Means the challenge which I am facing in nowadays is I have scored very less marks in 10th and 12th, which is below 50% marks. And in graduation, it is around 70. And nowadays, I am a very hardworking person. Means I will I will work very hard to assure a good future for me. But I think, will it, sir, my main query, my main concern was, will it create any problem at the time of interview?
You see, to be honest, sometimes our past generally haunts us, right? You are a very hardworking and your communication seems to be good. So I don't see you facing any challenge. But the only challenge I see is that something sometimes which is not even in our hand. For example, if a company comes, let us say a company comes, they put up a criteria that we need a person who is 70% throughout or 60% throughout. right? In those cases, probably you would not become eligible. But otherwise, looking at your communication, and you have said you are a hardworking guy, and my experience of last 20 years, I see there is no dearth of opportunities for you. You can make a wonderful career in the corporate, even having low marks in 10th plus 2 or graduation. It would not affect your career ahead. But the only challenge I told you very honestly is in some cases where the companies put a limit, then there probably we are not able to help. But otherwise, you would not have a challenge.
So, Shama, I hope the answer will make you more confident, and it's time to be more confident and go ahead with what you want to do, right? So, all the best to you. We can take one question before we sign off, and it's Kartike Dubey. Kartike, are you there? I have given you the rights. You can unmute yourself. Kartike Dubey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask that which is the best stream in MBA should I go for?
I didn't get you. Please can you
Am I
repeat?
audible, sir? So, which is the best stream right now? Which I go for me in MBA or sales or finance? Which is the royalty basis should I go for?
Any stream which you like is the best stream in MBA. Right?
Okay, sir. And
There is no,
second,
you see, there are people who become vice president in marketing. There are people who become vice president in finance. There are people who become vice president in HR, in analytics. That means in every field, everyone grows and reaches heights. So you can never say which one is best. Every stream gives you equal opportunities. Yes, industry sometimes might have less opportunities in one area, maybe, right? Maybe, for example, if I talk about uh, in HR, you have less opportunities because in a company you don't need so many HR people, right? But in a company you need a lot of marketing people. So that means the marketing opportunities would be higher than HR. But somebody who wants to do HR, there is no dearth of opportunities for him also. He can make a career in HR. So there is no specialization which can be termed as best specialization. It is only based upon your interest. If you feel HR is your area, then HR is the best stream, right? You were asking some other question also simultaneously.
I think it's not available right now.
Okay. Okay.
So, so we have Akanksha Gupta. Akansha Gupta. Akansha, are you there to ask your query? It was regarding supply chain. Can you hear me? Akansha, you have unmuted yourself. Go ahead. Talk to us. Are you there, Akansha? Chalo, I'll take up her query. She has written also regarding the supply chain curriculum. Any explanation about the same? Is that generic management? No, I don't think so. She's able to put up her query, so it doesn't seem to be logical one. Um, I can take one query from Ashish Sood. Ashish, are you there? Ashish, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes, uh, yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I want to enter the corporate sector after MBA. So I should opt for Talent Edge MBA or the General MBA.
All MBA prepares the student for corporates, right? So you can enter corporate using any of the MBA which are mentioned there. It's only a question of how do you want to approach the program. If you believe those 5 areas mentioned in Talent Edge are enough and sufficient for you to choose one from, and you would like to go in for more industry experience from the beginning, 9 months internship, then that program is for you, right? But as in dean of a school, all MBA programs equally prepare the students for corporate world. It is only a way how do you want to approach that, and that approach is through a program, a general MBA, MBA honors, or MBA talent edge. That would be your choice finally, right? But look at all the features very carefully. If you still have doubt, you can still speak to us, our counselors again. They'll also help you in deciding which program you must be taking.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh, for the answer. Mukesh wants to know on what basis students exchange program will be happening. What would be the criteria for that?
Again, you see, for exchange program, different universities have different criteria, right? So it's not a very open answer to give. And we have tie-ups with different universities, MOUs with different universities signed in different countries. So probably once you are in the program and you would like to opt for, then we give you options. The options are floated, and according to the option, you need to choose one, and then it is decided which university you would like to opt for, right? So generally, if I say all the courses should be clear, that's what is one baseline for all tie-up programs, that we should not have any backlogs or EDPs in the programs. Otherwise, you would be eligible for the programs looking at the kind of requirements from that university we have.
So that was fantastic, sir. It's already, we have taken so many queries and we still have many queries which are unanswered for the time being. We will take up definitely those queries, but through email from now, right? We have registered your queries and we'll definitely get back to you through email answering all your queries. So it's time to sign off by saying that I'm sure the attendees gained a valuable insight into the university and career options given by Dr. Rajesh Verma. We hope it was a positive experience for the experts as well. The information you shared was very, very enlightening, sir. During this exclusive webinar on MBA education, attendees heard from Dr. Rajesh Verma and Mr. Pankaj as on how to have a successful career in this field. Hopefully, you found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to leverage the information provided in this webinar to help take a better decision regarding your admissions. I'm again obliged and thankful to Dr. Rajesh Verma and Mr. Pankaj for strengthening this platform. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.